Today I'm recording my diabetes in real time, the pregnancy version of it. So I'm just getting up and having my warm lemon water. I woke up with my blood sugar around 119, so that's a little higher than I would like. So I'm going to figure out what I want for breakfast and pre-bolus that at least 20 minutes before eating. So we decided that we're actually going to go grab breakfast this morning. I already know what I'm gonna have. I'm just gonna have eggs and some potatoes. So that's around 30 to 35 carbs. So my blood sugar right now is 116, so it's come down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pre-bolus in the car because it's like 5 minutes away. And if breakfast happens to take a long time or that insulin kicks in before I get my food, then I'll just ask for some sort of lemonade or some sort of drink because it's a better option to have pre-bolused and not have that spike after breakfast, because it's challenging when you're going out to eat and you're like, I don't know when I'm going to get my food, so I don't know when to pre-bolus. So I just assume that everything will happen quickly and I pre-bolus before I get there. And if it doesn't go as planned, then I just order a drink. So it's exactly an hour after eating, and with pregnancy, it's recommended that within an hour after eating, your blood sugar is back under 140. So thankfully, I'm sitting right at 81 in level, which is awesome. I did pre-bolus for eggs and potatoes, but then I ended up having avocado toast, but thankfully, both dishes were right around 30 carbs, so my dose was right anyway. So I'm really happy with how breakfast went this morning. Okay, so now it's 10:30, which is like 30 minutes after I was just at that nice 81, and my blood sugar is 114 and climbing. I think that has to do with it being a little bit of a higher fat meal. So I'm going to dose for half of the carbs I ate to kind of cover this second round of spiking. So with that correction dose, I'm back to 122, relatively stable, but I can kind of tell that the numbers are heading down, so I'm really happy with that, and I'll probably eat lunch here in about 30 minutes, so I'll start thinking about what that's going to be and pre-bolus 20 minutes ahead of time. So I am about to figure out how much insulin I need to give for my lunch. And so to do that, I'm going to calculate how many carbs I'm eating to start. So I'm going to have an apple, which will be about 25 carbs. I'm going to have some peanut butter with that. So now we're up at 30 carbs. I'm going to do some cheese, which we'll say has no carbs since I'm dosing for other carbs on this one. And then I am also going to have some almonds, so probably do about 8 carbs for that, plus the 30 we had. So we're up to 38 carbs, and then I'll probably just have a few crackers to go with the cheese, so maybe an additional 10. So I'm looking at about 48 carbs for my lunch. So I'm hoping to eat, within the next 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm at 108. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my bolus. So we just calculated 48 carbs. My blood sugar is 108, and it's telling me to take 3.69 units. So we'll go ahead and give that. So I ate lunch and took that insulin dose about an hour and a half ago. So I ate lunch really quick, and then I had to immediately go run errands. And while I've been running errands, I have not been able to come up above 70. So I stopped and I picked up a decaf latte because I still have a few more errands to run, and my blood sugars are kind of just hanging really low. So I think I didn't take into account how much movement I was going to be doing while running errands. So I actually should have taken a little bit less for lunch. So I drank that latte and then was about 90 and trending upward when I got home from my errands. So Rizzo and I went on about a 1.5 mile walk, and I actually just took my pump off for that because walking and activity tends to make me drop pretty quickly. So was 90 and increasing, took the pump off and went for a walk. And so we just got home. Now I'm still increasing a little bit at 112 here. So I'm just gonna let that ride out a little bit. I have 0.34 of active insulin on board. And if I start trending into the 130s, I'll probably go ahead and give a correction dose at that point. My blood sugar came down nicely after that little rise after my walk. So I'm at 88 in level right now, which I could not be happier with. With pregnancy, they want you most of the time to be 95 or under. So 88, I'm like so happy with. I'm gonna see if I can make it to dinner without having to treat any lows, or shouldn't have to give a correction, but hopefully you can make it to dinner without having to go low. Okay, just kidding, can't chill at that level 88 until dinner because I just realized that I didn't take any of my vitamins or supplements yet today. So I take I think there's 8 different ones at this point. So by the time I've taken all of those, it adds up to about 20 carbs. So I'm gonna go ahead and dose for that and give it about 10 minutes to work and then take my supplements. And I just started trending down anyway, so good timing. I'll do 20 grams of carbs, but I'm also gonna put 84 for my blood sugar so it can kind of adjust for that. So we're gonna do 0.98 for my supplements. So it's about 3 hours after dinner and my blood sugar is currently 121 after dinner. It's been pretty level but higher than I would like. So I haven't given a correction dose yet though because I still have insulin on board. So I'm just kind of letting it slowly come down, even though it's driving me nuts not to just give another dose to bring it down. But I'm slowly but surely coming down, so hopefully by the time I go to bed, I'll be where I want to be. So this ended up being my 24-hour graph for the whole day. For the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. I do have some numbers in there that are a little bit higher than I would like in pregnancy, just because I'm supposed to be right about 95 most of the time. But I'm glad to see that there's no major spikes, and yeah, just super happy with how the day went.